Hello, Bravs. We're back with the hardcover books. And some Oberon. Starting off The Life and Times of Grigory Rasputin. It's about the third or fourth book I have on Rasputin. I've never read a single page. I could change that all now, but hell, I might even have this book. Alex de Jong. I think one of my books on Rasputin is kind of a vintage antique, but I doubt it's antique. Is it vintage? This is vintage. Anyway, yeah. Daphne du Maurier's greatest bestseller, Rebecca. A brilliant novel of an unforgettable wife. Cancelled. She was cancelled. Obviously, this has been rebound in a whatchamacallit, library binding. Don't believe I've ever read this book, but I've watched the movie, and that was sufficed for me. Rebecca is the story of the relentless and tragic influence exerted by a beautiful woman during her life and after her death. Daphne du Maurier. 666, a novel by Jay Anson, the author of Amityville Horror. I don't know if this is worth anything, but since I already have, this probably is worth something. I think this is early edition. I know it's a book club edition, but I think it's also an early edition. This book I have several copies of. It's a history of Alfred Street in Detroit. It's pretty interesting. Compliments of Joe someone. I was hoping that this was the book that had a Kern's department store label in it, but apparently it does not. And I left it behind. I don't know where the hell. Unless it's that book on the bottom down there. That'd be great if it was. Could be it. It's a trade sticker. My Life Among the Serial Killers Inside the Minds of the World's Most Notorious Murderers by Helen Morrison and Harold Goldberg. I've always had a thing about eyes. What's the saying? Eyes are the window to a person's soul. Okay, I don't believe in a soul, but yes, I think they are a window to the person inside. It's hard to lie or fool someone when they're looking into your eyes. Too weird. Looking into those girls' eyes when they died. None of them looked back into mine very long. Maybe they could see it, that they were going to die. Usually, they looked over or just past me, all but Sims. I kept her blindfolded and tried to knock her out first. I didn't want to look at her. I don't know why. Maybe I was afraid she would see it, and I didn't want her to. I didn't want her to know she was dying. From a letter written by killer Bobby Joe Long to Dr. Helen Morrison. My mother should enjoy this book. Not sure how you say this. Versailles. Images of Culture and the Surrealist Observer. Henry Miller called his friend Versailles the Eye of Paris. The strikingly innovative photographer revealed the city of light as had no other artist before him, and his work continues to influence the art and practice of photography. In this authoritative, penetrating, and comprehensive study of Versailles' complete oeuvre, illustrated with reproductions of many stunning photographs, Marja Warheim analyzes precise paradoxical position between documentary realism and surrealism in France of the 1930s. Seemed interesting enough. Artsy smartsy, but whatever. Dallas, 1963, wanted for treason. Didn't realize that so many of these were ex-library books, but oh well. I would have still got it. Dallas, 1963. We know what it's about. The Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. It's 1947. God and City Books. Maybe this was the one that had the Kearns label. Maybe it's back here and I just didn't see it. Be in there, buddy. No. It's not it. Who can the hell read that? The cantos of Dante. O thou, her words, she thus without delay resuming. Purgatory, purgatory, Baba, purgatory. Give the lady what she wants. The story of Marshall Field and Company, Lloyd Went, and Herman Cogan. I don't know if this is worth anything, but it ought to be. I've got to believe it's worth something. Marshall Field's obviously a large department store. What year is this? 1952. I was hoping this was... But why would Kearns sell a book about Marshall Fields? Anyway, hopefully that's worth something. Jacket is in shambles, but good enough for me. New York City draft riots, their significance for American society and politics in the age of the Civil War. No significance, because our country's full of cucks. And the Civil War ended our country. Oh, look at all this underlining and writing. Anyway, people used to have some balls in this country. They would say no to the draft. Now they'll join it to go fight for Ukraine. And what's the other place? Palestine, a place that doesn't even exist. Father Goriot and M. Gazsek. Translated by Ellen Marriage with a preface by George Saintsbury, 1898. I believe this is from The Human Comedy. Is that what this is, actually? I thought these were the novels of Balzac, Henri de Balzac. Father Goriot. What's it say? The novels of Balzac. Don't think this has Kearns in it. No Kearns. No Kearns. I've mentioned this book before. Don't know if I've bought a copy of this, but I think I have. Now I have the hardcover. It's got many good poems in there. Lots of great stuff. I had a copy of this probably 25, 30 years ago. Good stuff. That one poem by Anna. What's her name? Anna. Anyway, there's good poems in there. Charles Dickens, American Notes. Year is this? Colonial Press Company. Obviously, I don't believe this is from when he was alive, but I could be wrong. Don't think so. This is long after he died. American Notes, pictures from Italy. The Singing Wilderness by Sigurd Olsen. Probably would not have gotten this, but it has a book plate in it. John Megginson Russ. Don't know who that is, but I'll look him up. Other than that, I wouldn't have got it, but I did get it, so. Gonna focus? The answer is no, it's not gonna focus. Death of a Jewish American Princess. Just true story of a victim on trial. This cover and jacket is not that great. In 1981, Phoenix restaurateur Steven Steinberg murdered his wife, Elena, stabbing her 26 times. Yet he walked out of the courtroom in 1982 a free man, in total possession of her property. He had been sleepwalking. A jury of his peers decided when he slew his wife in their bedroom while she cried out to her 2 children for help. After the not guilty verdict was announced to a packed courtroom, one of the jurors kissed the handsome defendant. Other jurors shook his hand, saying, "Good, God bless you, Steve." Just won't focus, will you? There you go. Mother. You will like that one, I suppose. Critics on Ezra Pound. Book's not in great shape, but who cares? It's got a little illustration of Ezra Pound. There was another book on Pound, but it was sticky to the touch, so I left it behind. Ivor Winters, William Carlos Williams. Yates. Brought out the bigwigs for this. Alan Tate, Wyndham Lewis, John Berryman. God damn. Edith Sitwell, Paula Olson, Roy Harvey Pierce, Donald Davy, Decker, Hayden Carruth. Yeah, if you don't know who Pound is, you don't know anything. Murder and Madness, The Secret Life of Jack the Ripper, based on heretofore unrevealed information from Scotland Yard. Another goddamn ex-library, but whatever. Beer, you're going to have to take a second fiddle here. Dear Dorothy Dix. I actually believe it's Dorothea Dix, but I call her Dorothy Dix. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this isn't the same lady. Do you believe she was the woman who reformed asylums? Maybe not. Few Americans, certainly no American woman, ever had a career as dramatic, as tragic, and yet so heartening to others as Dorothy Dix. She held more secrets than anyone alive and kept them all. Mail came to her in a fantastic flood, sometimes a thousand letters a day, and her influence became international. Yet here was no gushy sentimentalist, no Whistler's mother with a typewriter. Dorothy Dix had warm wit peppered with sharp humor. When the occasion arose, some readers wanted to hang her, others to poison her because she spoke her mind out on the honest out of honesty and a complete comprehension of human problems. Many she shocked into different behavior, others she won to new attitudes by words of touching appeal. She counseled some 60 million readers for 55 years, yet few of her troubled correspondents had a life story so poignant as had Dorothy Dix. Born of Southern aristocracy. Maybe this is not the same lady. I don't think it is. This isn't Dorothea Dix. This is Dorothy Dix. I think this was. What's that say? Double-bred colts and little Negroes. Yeah, I got that. I thought it was a different person than it was. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what to think about this. It's obviously not the lady I think it is, or maybe it is. Here's the sharply written, penetrating life story of a unique American handled with complete authority. They don't say anything about her, what she fucking do. I think this is a different woman. Anyway, I don't really give a shit at this point. Word myths, debunking linguistic urban legends. From Mom, from Lynn Ruth. Debunking the big boys. What's that? I'm hoping this book has the Kern sticker in it. If it does, I'll be very happy. If it does not, I'm pissed. And I'm pissed. Doesn't have it. Damn it, kid. God, that kid. Hey, look, it's William Monroe. Brooke got, what's that say? Ypsilanti? April 22nd, 1906. Does it say book got in Ypsilanti? From E.D. Matthews store. That's incredible. The Pillar of Light by Louis Tracy. Well, that is in Kearns. I'll have to look up that name. The Pillar of Light. Well, I did not get the book I thought I wanted. Maybe I'll go back and get it. Drunks. An American History, Christopher M. Finnan. Finnan. There's another damn. I like how they remove the Mylar jackets now, so you don't know that they're ex-library. It's a pretty bush league move, but kind of brilliant too. Obviously, it's about drinking. The Stories of English. David Crystal. Simply the best introductory history of the English language family that we have. Excuse me. The plan of the book is ingenious, the writing lively, the exposition clear, and the scholarly standard uncompromisingly high. I believe I have this book, but just not this edition, and probably not even in hardcover. But that's a great cover, so I got it anyway. Large book with illustrations. The Rivals of Sherlock Holmes. Yeah. I think I've belabored this long enough. 45 minutes plus for 2 different sets of books. 49 total books. Proud of myself. I did it, bruv. I mastered excess like a champ. Goodbye. Goodbye.